me being exposed to music just made me more interested in it. It wasn't something that I felt obligated to continue. Like, it was just something natural that I wanted to keep doing.
I'm djJo, and this is my pawn shop.
There were like 1 or 2 really big points to where my channel like kind of took off. The first one was when I first started getting into remixing Zelda music. So I saw that Skyward Sword at the time was the new big Zelda game that was coming out, and no one has made a Zelda step remix of it yet, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to, you know, jump on the whole dubstep trend. And that got some traction despite me having like 100 of subscribers, and I was like, yo, this is exciting. So I decided to keep going. Remixed V's theme, and somebody actually submitted that song to Vsauce's like community video series.
This is VDP. Build it, draw it, play.
And it got on the video. It was like a really big like, look at this guy kind of thing. And that was the first instance of something like that happening that really boosted my channel. And like what really made everything take off was my remix of Unraveled. Tokyo Ghoul. A lot of people were excited for this anime at the time, and I saw the hype and I was like, yo, let's check out this opening song, and it was sick. So I decided to remix the TV size just to throw it out there as soon as I can, and it was getting a lot of traction already. So I'm like, yo, this is gonna be it. So I remixed the full version and it blew up like crazy. And I just kept going from there. But even before this, one of my first anime remixes was actually Sword Art Online, so it kind of put me on the map in terms of remixing anime stuff. And then from there I did Attack on Titan, because you know, this was during like that golden age of anime booming. You know, these were animes that I also absolutely loved because I was first getting into it as well, so I was blown away by everything. So I was like, yo, I'm so passionate about this stuff, I need to remix it. And the anime boom also exploded my channel, and everything just went off from there. So it was a crazy time.
How did I meet Joe? Okay, I guess I should say how I even like discovered about Joe in the first place, right? Yep. This is like 7 years ago when I was like kind of fresh out of school. During that time, I was listening to a lot of dubstep remixes of, I guess, like games that I like, specifically Zelda. I literally searched Zelda dubstep, and I think Joe's was one of, it was like the Hyrule Field theme. It was the bomb, so naturally I checked out the rest of his channel. I followed him on Twitter, and then he followed me back. And then like first time we actually met in person, I thought we met at AX, but I forgot there was like a random instance where he was on his way to Japan one year and he had a layover in Toronto. It was like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 p.m. and he hit me up. He's like, hey, I'm in Toronto for like a really long layover. It was like, I think a 5-hour layover. So I was like, sick, I live like 15 minutes from the airport, let's hang out. So I picked him up, him and his siblings, and I think his manager, and then we ate somewhere, and then we played Smash for the first time, and that's when he knew. He's like, damn, this guy's sick, he's good. So yeah, that was his first taste of my Falcon.
Oh no. I got a joke for you, okay? Why did the coffee file a police report?
Why?
Because it got mugged.
Oh God.
At some point in my music endeavors, I started an alias named Zenpaku.
My name's Nice Rice. This is my first live performance ever. This is my producer, Zenpaku.
My best friend, Devonte, he's always been trying to look for someone to, produce, trap music for him or something for him to rap over. And for the longest time, I wasn't really confident in my skill to produce that genre. Only until recently that I actually really tapped into that genre that I actually started feeling confident enough to, take a project like that.
My dreams are more than they seem. Just say the word and I'll make sure that you heard, yeah. My heart is out of my chest. Hold on to yourself and I'll take care of the rest.
We have a 5-song EP is what it started with, and it ended up really, really nice. Like I'm proud of what the project has become, and being the guy to support a main act actually felt pretty cool. And watching everyone go ham to it was amazing. Yeah, we have a lot more coming for the project, and it's different. It's gonna be really cool. So, but Zenpaku stuff does not stop there. I did a collaboration with my brother, and he can write shit like no one else I know.
Yes, dude.
Like he just comes up with stuff, and the stuff that he comes up with, they have such cool ideas to them. I had him in the room with me, and we created like another 5-song EP. It was such a creative endeavor. Like it was a whole continuous mix for a whole album, and that's like my favorite thing, concept albums. Him being my brother, it's just crazy. Like wow, he had all this stuff and I never knew about it, and like I'm really excited for what he has, in the future. So expect some more new and original stuff in 2020. It's gonna be really cool.
Like, dude, I feel like every few days I see a new tweet from you, like, this song got flagged, fuck.
Not actually.
There was a time where I uploaded like 3 songs like once per week. Each and every one of them got hit.
And it was by different studios. It didn't matter like which ones it was.
Actually, 2 of them were Sony, and the other one was just actually a bunch of like random royalty societies.
Do you think that maybe like Japanese companies are contacting that agency to then be like, hey, let's get this, let's flag these?
Probably, because like they all copyrighted on the composition, not necessarily like sound sampling. Because when they copyright under like you sampled their song, it's obviously false. But they actually have a compositional thing that they go through, so it's actually legitimate. So
my name's Ben Briggs. I'm a video game remixer, entertainer, electronic musician, composer, DJ, record label owner, and yeah. As a video game remixer, I've kind of always just kind of been prepared for that, like if Nintendo were to come to me and give me a cease and desist on one of my songs, I mean, they haven't sent me a cease and desist, but they've pulled tracks. They've forced my distributor to pull tracks off of Spotify because they decided that I wasn't allowed to pay them royalties on those. These are things that were legally licensed. So if you're making fan content and that's your career, you have to understand that your career is at the whims of the people who own the stuff that you're making derivative works from. And it's like, fair use is a fun thing to talk about, but at the end of the day, if Nintendo wants to sue me, they can.
Honestly, like, I'd love to just create originals, but it's just, I don't know. It's just really hard for me to come up with something that I'm happy with. And plus, like, pushing originals on an anime remix channel, it's like, it's hard to do. It's hard to get the exposure out there. So like, a lot of the times I get comments saying, oh, your production isn't the same as before, your older stuff is better, or like your newer stuff.
With projects, like it's kind of hard when you've been doing it this long, because everyone kind of expects the stories I tell to hold up from the previous one. But lately I've been trying to do more things that I enjoy, and I noticed like some people aren't really that into it, but that's kind of a luxury because I know in this business you kind of have to cater to what your audience wants, and I guess find a balance between that.
I know that feeling too of wanting to sort of branch out creatively, and I got the opportunity to do it when I stopped touring. But hey, I'm DJ CUTMAN. I'm a musician and music producer, and I run the video game music record label Game Chops. Over the years and years of sort of following my dreams and doing what I want and then also, figure out some way to put food on the table, is that you should really, in my opinion, never 100% bail on whatever is paying the rent. As whatever people know you for, whatever you're established for, there is a very real phenomenon that if you say out loud, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm doing something else, that people just lose track of you, like in an instant. There is this ego-driven thing that I have certainly felt myself, and I've seen it in other artists, where you want to make a declaration when you're ready to change directions. You want to say, hey everyone, everything's going to be different because I got this brand new idea and it's going to be awesome. But ultimately, there needs to be this respect for your audience. There needs to be this consideration for the people who have supported you up until this point. And nobody wants to hear, hey, your favorite thing is ending. But resist the urge to say, screw this, I'm done, because people will hear that message and take it to heart. So yeah, that's my advice for any artist looking to branch out, is by all means, branch out, do it, follow your dreams. But remember those people who supported you, and think about what they might want to. Even if you can't give it to them for a while, it's definitely worth keeping them in your mind while you work on your new stuff, because who knows, maybe your new project would fit that audience too, and you just need some time to develop it so you can pitch it to them and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm into this as well.
Make some noise for djJo!
I mean, honestly, thanks. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for listening to my stuff. Thanks for giving my stuff a chance. Without any of you guys, I wouldn't be making any music. I hope that you guys still care enough to support me, and it shows though. You guys are way too generous, and I'm really thankful for all the support you guys have really given me. And yeah, I guess that's it. Unraveled. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.